Alright, everyone. Today is Boxing Day. So, let's beat some berg. Ah! Alright. Well, that was Bodybuilding by Holobic. And, I'll see you next time! Kidding. I just don't feel like wearing myself out right now. I'm gonna start sweating quick, so I might as well take the glasses off and the hat. Okay. Really, all I want to do is just have a shoulder workout. So really, I'm just doing some jabs. My last boxing routine, I actually went ham to show you that, and the naysayers that, there is no time limit when it comes to me knocking you the fuck out. So, I showed you the fact that I won't quit for like a good 45 minutes. Period. I showed that in my last video. And, yeah, I mean, it was great and all. But, I mean, it literally took me, like, until, like, the end of the day to start feeling like I had my full glycogen back. Like, I think I took a nap. And I don't take naps. Yo, nigga, nigga's not bugging up our club. We saw you laughing at us dancing. We saw you laughing at us dancing. So right now, I'm just using the top of my shoulder. Ah! So I can have the most power for a quick. Like, you want knockout power in your jabs. You don't want to be like every single time you want to knock someone out. I totally missed the bag. Glad it didn't hurt. Sometimes that sucks. You gotta talk on the phone while you're doing this too. Keep the shoulders up, keep the blood in them. That makes this workout go a lot quicker. Burn. The burn. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Burn. It's very important. Push yourself. You gotta go to 11. No matter what you do, or don't fucking bother. Go to 11, man. I mean, you could go to 10 all day. But we go to 11. You know, if I was ever a rock and roll star, what would I do if I retired, like after rock and roll, and I didn't want to go and squeeze my wrinkly ass into spandex or leather pants for the rest of my life. Acting like a fucking ass clown, being a sideshow prop for the masses, like Alice Cooper. You know, he had 2 good songs and a shit career. He had one of the worst fucking rock and roll careers ever. He's one of the ugliest fucking rock and rollers ever. And you know why he only had 2 good songs? Because he was too much of a pussy to actually party or be a rock star. Live fast, die young. That's the life of every rock star. A real rock star. That's how you go out. It's like being a Viking. You go out in battle so you can go to Valhalla and live forever amongst the gods and your brethren and, you know, the love of your life and your family. You know, the good kind, not the fucking shitty, poor fucking fake camaraderie version that America does now. I swear, not one fucking family get together is actually genuine anymore. I bet everyone there is uncomfortable. Everyone. And I know that for a fact. Because I smoke grass at mine. And I still don't feel comfortable. Or I used to. This was 2 years ago. Back when I, you know, pandered to the masses. But no more. What's fucked up is I didn't know I was. That's why I did. I didn't know the world was so fucked up. I didn't know every fucking thing that people believed in or did was fake or propaganda or part of their personal gain or the other political word, which is oh, fuck it, I don't care. This is brain power. It's the same word for rhetoric. Agenda. It's their agenda. And it's not the same words like it. Rhetoric is just words that you live by. Like the Bible is rhetoric. See, I'm teaching you shit that's not just, you know, about how terrible people are. I'm also teaching you English. Like the hood of a car is called a bonnet. The boot of the car, or the trunk, it's called the boot. A boot in the boots. Which they made a terrible fucking joke. Which was kind of funny at first, but ended up ruining it by the end in Ted Lasso. Which I think was the first episode. Which, first or second episode, where they talk about, you know, how cleats are called boots, and over in England, and you know, the car's got a boot, and then using also the American adaptation of it too, like getting the boot, and then he said something about Puss in Boots with prostitutes, reading Roots, and then something else, which made no fucking sense. It was like, wow. First of all, you had a terrible joke, like people that are awkward and are trying to be funny and aren't funny do. And then they take the joke that wasn't funny in the first place, and then they keep it going and keep it going until it just gets so fucking cringe. If you don't fake laugh, it won't go away. Do you realize that like 90% of like camaraderie and like small talk between people is just like total fucking fakery? It's just nonsensory, just fucking kablooey. Which is a gum that was only at one super petrol station in the year 2050 at an Exxon Mobil station. That's where you could buy kablooey. It made your teeth and all your mouth blue. And I don't know if it was a gum or a taffy. Or a real product. Oh, that almost hit me in the face. Whew. My left shoulder's tired. That's all we're doing here. No technique, no nothing. No actual boxing. We are just hitting the bag, doing jabs, working out our rotator cuffs. And I only do this because I gotta do something to get my shoulders so they don't fucking hurt when I do chest. My left shoulder. Seriously, I should be benching fucking 240 regularly. Like, that was my like regular weight. I'd warm up with 150 and then I would put 245s on. It was 245. Not 240, 245. It's a weird bit. Alright. Shoulders are pretty dead. I feel like the lack of concentrated blood in them. So let's pump them up one more time. Ugh. Come on, motherfucker. Ah. Alright, I'm done. Fuck it. No, one more. Now, that's a good personal trainer. Careful around the mustache area. My face is on fucking fire. If you can't tell, it's red all right here. Because getting rid of that fucking thick ass mustache was no easy get. You know that Jewish people, they call a divorce agreement a get? It allows them to dissolve their marriage without disgracing God. So they both part ways amicably. Fuck. Ambiguity. Ambically. Fuck it, I don't know, whatever. Or is that not even a word? It doesn't feel like a word. Amicably. I don't think that's a word. Amicably. Yeah, I said it right. I think I just fucked up the value a little. The vowels a little bit. Amicably. What the fuck? Fuck that word. Ambically? No. Fuck that word. I'll go and like check and be like, the fuck? And I feel so stupid. So I better go and do another workout. Ambiguously. Amicably. Peacefully, okay? Just say peacefully, okay? Fuck that word. Fuck that noise. Bitch. See, you just got knocked out like 20 times. There's 20 more times. Not exactly, that's exaggeration right there. Now it's 20 times. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have your balls to tug. Yes, sir. Huh? Huh? Yes, sir. Huh? Oh, I can't wait for more Shoresy. I can't fucking wait. Oh, so good. That show is so good. And it's like 75% slow motion. Like with badass music and hot chicks. And just satire on satire on satire. It's so fucking great. It like Like, hockey in the last year has become quite feminine. And, in just all in all, gay. Like, gay. A lot of homosexuals. Which is true. There's a lot of gay men out there that are living straight men lives. It's insane. That's why I get so upset about being objectified by, at the gym for all those years. And why I'm able to, or I'm allowed to, objectify whoever the fuck I want, because I've been on the other end of that fucking stick more than probably most people ever. Because I didn't fucking just, have plastic surgery or wake up this way. I fucking worked my ass off to look like I do. And that's not like I do now, like I did, 15 years ago when I was like shred. Well, I wasn't, it was just muscle on, it was like basketball. It was like softballs and then basketballs everywhere. The body. You know why he did that? My dad told me. Because people like, okay, well, it was just, it's a race thing, but it's not because of the race, it's because of the genetics of that person because of the race. African American boxers were more muscular because they had more testosterone, because they were more, I hate to say this, but animal-like. So they were always much bigger, and and technically, if you were to choose the most average black man and the most average white man, the black man's going to be much bigger. I don't know what generation or ethnicity or nationality causes them to be just bigger people. I hate that, the reference to, being a gorilla or an ape, which, aren't the same thing. But, yeah, so I hate that, but, there is a lot of comparison. I'm not saying that it's something I believe in at all, because I don't believe that we migrated from monkeys. Or not migrated, but evolved. And through migration over the countries after the fuck, I know the intelligent explanation. The tectonic plates in the world underneath the planet shifted, which caused the planets to split. I mean, the planets. I should just quit. Caused the countries, the land masses to split apart. And then we slowly migrated across the land as we populated. So that way, the more population, more cities, the more you weren't just traveling into nothingness for weeks and months at an end, like the Oregon Trail. What was my point? Something to do with oh yes, so because like me in this situation, I mean, if you didn't know that I was also doing abs all the time, if you were to see me, you would see that I'm a perfect example. I don't have to do race. Okay, so boom, you see me. You would tell the boxer that fights me to go for my midsection, because my midsection looks soft. That was the whole thing with fighting a black male, is that his midsection would be soft. That was like Rocky's whole thing, because he was such a hard body. He could, his abs were just shredded. He was just like a solid rock. I mean, he was Rocky. Literally, he was a rock. That was his whole thing. So you punch him in the ribs or chest or something, nothing's happening, because he can block it with his abs. Throughout the fight, you saw him, every time he hit Apollo Creed, he'd spit up blood, because he didn't have abs to protect his midsection, because he was bigger and bulkier. All in all, Apollo Creed would have fucking killed him in less than a round. He would have jabbed him, and he would have been like, and then hit the ground. He just would have been, and that would have been it. That's how much fucking bigger Apollo Creed was. So that's why they had that whole, race thing, where it's just like, stereotypically, black boxers have softer midsections. So you fuck up their ribs. You mess up their internals. And then the white boxers have softer heads. So you hit them in the head. That's why Muhammad Ali became Muhammad Ali, because he had such a hard fucking head. Well, guess what? After a while, hitting that hard head with the brain inside not being so hard, that's why, he's lived most of his life as a fucking bumbling idiot. And I have no respect for that motherfucker. He talked pure shit. He didn't fight in the war on purpose. He became a fake Buddhist. Fuck that motherfucker. That Cassius Creed, or whatever, Cassius Clay, whatever the fuck him. Fuck everything about that motherfucker. Anyone who ever even compares him to Mike Tyson, ever, is a fucking moron. The only person that has ever beaten Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. He has only lost fights. No one's won against him. No one has fucking won. And I get that you're thinking, oh, well, there's a winner and there's a loser. No. Women and Al Sharpton, that racist, oh my God, there is no one in this world that has been more racist and has cited more violence than Al Sharpton. That man, I don't have to say anything about him. I don't have to talk shit about him. He has literally ruined his reputation 1,000 times over again, and the fact that he's taken seriously makes all of you that take him seriously a fucking joke. And I don't have to say anything other than that, because that motherfucker's going to hell. He is going to hell. I don't have to say it. I'm not saying it. That's a fact. If you want to know whether you're going to hell or not, see if you're even close to being as ruthless and evil and fucking just hateful, just downright disgusting, the worst grifter fucking ever is Al Sharpton. He is the definition of the N-word, because he has never, ever been correct. And he has gotten away with it every fucking time. Every single time. Every time there was a race issue, he made it into like World War III between races. Literally, we probably wouldn't even have racism if it wasn't for that piece of shit inciting racism in mass riots. He's been doing it for the last 50 years. Fuck that racist piece of shit. He looks like, because he was like a fat motherfucker living off of all of his brethren's money when they're starving in the streets. Yeah. So, literally, fuck him. He's one person I would knock the fuck out. I mean, I've been completely like, hey, I'll go tell a teacher if it ever came to me or whatever. But seriously, Al Sharpton, there is no more evil, more hateful, more terroristic person in our country today than that motherfucker. That racist ass fucking N-word. He is the definition of the N-word, because the N-word means a very ignorant person that is a fundamentalist. So that even if they were to be taught how to not be ignorant, they would refuse out of pure ignorance. That's why they're called that. That's why the word ever existed. Seriously. And then you go and try to take it back. You take the word back like nerds did. You're just insulting yourself. Like, seriously, you are your own worst enemy. Like, every single time you try to take something back that was to hurt you, or you try to go and embrace something that brought you down, you're just bringing yourself to that level. Like, you're not rising above it. There's no such thing. If you were to go and have nothing to do with it, not acknowledge it, that's rising above it. That's called rising above things, when you don't acknowledge things. Seriously, people are so fucking dumb. You go out and you read into shit, you do anything because of any reason, like you've committed like that action, and no matter what, you're stuck with that decision. So if it was to marry someone that's a fucking loser, you're a loser. You have a kid with them, you're a two-time loser, because you knew they were a loser and then you decided to make another version of that person. So you're actually not only a loser yourself, you're ruining the world for other people by creating life that's just like that loser, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree unless you go like way above and beyond, like I have, and have absolutely hated your creator to the point where if you saw your creator, you would fucking knock his big ass Junos off. And his fucking fake teeth. Because, you know, he's another one of those fucking people that'd rather go in. He even had fucking headgear and never fucking had all his teeth fixed. That piece of shit. And then my grandparents are even bigger pieces of shit because they were millionaires at the time. And they could have paid to have my dad have, like, not headgear. They could have paid to have him actually have nice, you know, like, shit that didn't ruin his whole... That was his excuse for never getting a girlfriend, is because he had fucking headgear. According to other women in the past, a lot of girls had a crush on my dad because my dad was incredibly badass and tough, because he was constantly picked on and beat on by my uncle. And my grandfather was very abusive and made them literally stack. Well, my dad was the stacker and the carrier of wood, and my uncle chopped the wood. And they did that every fucking day. So that literally... they would want to stay on the school bus. They would hate getting off the school bus because my grandfather would be sitting there with the wood splitter waiting for them, mad as fuck because they're not there yet doing it. And he's been standing there for 5 minutes, and his drunk is sharp or something, or his opiates are wearing off. Can you believe the amount of fucking drugs that old man did? I mean, no wonder why he died at 80 and was like barely coherent the last 5 years of his life, because my grandmother was murdering him, honestly, because she's a fake nurse. She's one of those dead people, or, hospice nurses, which those nurses, unless you watch them, they will, like, have hair in the person's drink and their food. They'll go and blow their nose with their hand and then go and touch you with it. They are the most disgusting, fucking horrible people, because you know who does all those jobs? DEI hires. And those people don't take care of themselves. They're not about to take care of someone they think is disgusting and old and that they're just inconvenienced because they have to be there, even though they're getting paid more than most people. It's like so fucked up that, like, The jobs that need the most empathetic people have the most disgusting, careless people working them. Like, you have no idea how many black girls I know that work in the medical field. And I guarantee you, not fucking one of them actually qualified. I guarantee, not one! Not fucking one! One! Not one! Like, I had a girlfriend, and she got hit by a fucking bus. And she, afterwards got plastic surgery and everything, and she was really hot. And I was the one in school, and I got called out, and she had no idea because I was the one that laughed when the whole school was alerted about her getting hit by a bus. Because I was like, how do you miss a bus? Like, how do you not see a bus coming? How are you that fucking oblivious where you get hit by something that is bigger than your probable fucking living room? Like, seriously? And, so she got, really, really, really rich from this. So rich that she bought her parents a house. And, and then decided she wanted a baby, so she was then getting, the intravenous, she was paying for all those shots and shit, and, hit me up because I'm, me, and wanted my, stuff. And, I probably have a bastard. That's not even a joke. Because, I hope not. I hope it wasn't me, because then I'd feel absolutely terrible. But for her sake and for her husband's sake, who she married right afterwards, immediately, and blocked me. So it's like, okay. And then had a kid immediately. Like, they even had, she was pregnant in their marriage photos. So it's like, and he is bald and short and not masculine and kind of a, just your typical fagala, just patsy, just vanilla, pushover, pussy, everyday, average male today. Average as fuck. Oh, there goes my second bus. All right. Now that it's finally tomorrow out, this is the second day in a row I've done this. Yesterday it was still dark out when I finished. Alright, so obviously I'm sweating pretty good, and my shoulders are dead, and I'm not really doing this as an exercise. I'm doing this as just I want to heal my shoulders, and I feel like the lack of movement that I was doing before wasn't helping. I think just doing workouts still, but lighter weight and constantly being cautious is what's healing it quickest. All I know is it still hasn't healed yet, but I am able to bench press 180 pounds. So, why do I always get that fucked up? The fives and the zeros. Every time I calculate weights, I always fuck it up. Always. I don't know why. It wasn't, like, when I was doing it semi-professionally, I never fucked it up. But that was also when I was a machinist, and I did most of my math and anything to do with words in my head. Because, I was writing programs, so I'd have to go and literally calculate radiuses and distances to zero and everything like that, X, Y, Z, yada, 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 every G code and M code in the world. And would have to go and type it all in. And and then know sizes and if I want what drill, what size, if I want a size thread, what size drill and tap I need, or If the hole's too big, that means that I need a size smaller drill to open up the hole and then a bigger drill to go in, because the bigger drills are more likely to walk. Um, Stuff like that, spots, all that shit. That's just a hole. And yeah, I used to do fucking everything. I used to make fucking. I think the biggest thing I ever did was the helicopter blade bracket, which is a bracket that's like this fucking big, and by like this, and it just looks like a huge plus sign. It's just a huge plus sign, and it takes like 4 days to cut, because it like comes to you as like a big ass piece of metal like this, just a big, huge, fucking piece of stock, and you have to go and just do all the roughing and then change the roughers, and then yeah, because when it comes oh yeah, I'll teach you a little bit more. When it comes to machining, your rougher does 95% of the work. Your finishers should only just skim. There should be no actual fight for the finisher to cut. Because if you do that, if you were to cut again, you'd take more, because the cutter was being deflected if it was taking too big of a cut. So finishing, you should be able to go around and cut it once, and then go around again without a chip, because that means there was no deflection and that it was a perfect to size cut. That's how you finish. But programmers and engineers at every fucking company I have ever worked at doesn't know that. And they have fucking finishers doing 20 to 30 to 40 thousandths of a cut when it only should do a 5,000th cut at the most. We're talking only 3 thousandths you want. That's 0.005 or 3. That's the most you want to cut with a finisher. And it better be fucking sharp. Which you won't find in most machine shops. Most machine shops you'll find is fucking shit tools that some fucking dirty motherfucker, some fucking ground fucking feeder, bottom feeder, just ground scum of the earth, fucking dirt, fucking threw in the drawer, not realizing that it's supposed to be fucking sharp. You throw it into a metal drawer, what do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna chip. You dumb motherfuckers. Why not put them in tubes? Seriously, every machine shop I have ever been to, which is like 7 or 8, because I just kept working instead of like working my way up in the ladder at every company, I just go to the next company and work my way up that way, because doing it in your own company, you end up having someone go and kill you in your sleep, because people in manufacturing are fucking psychopaths, and all they do is stand in front of a machine and press go. Take the part out, clean it off, clean the fixture, well, barely, because they're fucking lazy, and then put another part in, and then if they're stupid, they'll hammer it twice. And even though one hammer hit, which you should never even do, seats it. So if you hit it again, you're hitting it off of somewhere it can't go. So it's going to bounce back. So when you see someone go, bah, bah, it's like, well, that person just fucked that up. And you see it all the time. I have never gone to a job interview. And I've been to 20, 30 different machine shops. And not one time did I go to a job interview and I didn't see one stupid fucking operator, which is almost everyone there, go and fucking double hit the part after they tighten it. You don't hit it ever, because where it is should be perfect. If you blew it off and you cleaned it off, there's no burrs, no nothing. It should fit perfectly flat. And then you're perpendicular, you're square, and then you just put pressure down where it needs pressure so that it seats itself, and then you tighten it, not hard, because then you bend it. All those things, all those little things I just said, 90% of operators do wrong. No wonder why everything's going over to, the East, and literally manufacturing is dead. Because I saw how ignorant it's like. Okay, so if I'm the best machinist at this company and the best engineer and the best tool maker, and I take the day off and the shop still stays in business, then it's dying already. It's gonna die. I'm not. I'm saving it. It's just. It's already dying. If there's nothing you could do, so yeah, if you're in the manufacturing trade, get the fuck out, because you will be fat and you will have mental issues because you were sitting there covered in oil, smelling in oil and the body odor of everyone around you that gave up on bathing because they always smell like a machine shop. And yeah, you just get fat because you don't move. And the entire time you're depressed, so you're constantly, carb loading, sugar loading, constant, like, oh my god, energy drinks like no fucking tomorrow. Any type of substance that could give you a little high, like a 5-hour energy, anything, a coffee, you fucking, you use that shit like it's candy when you're in manufacturing. So if you're in that trade, you're a fucking loser and you're a dirty motherfucker. And seriously, you are a mass murderer. Because if you realize you are making weapons. I have probably made enough weapons in my career to have a war. Seriously, that's why I feel like if the apocalypse ever happened, I could probably start a tank, aerospace, helicopter company, or a regular flight jet company, because I can make every single part. I'd have to go over blueprints and put it together because I know nothing about putting it together, but I can make every single part to the T, down to the nearest tenth of a thousandth. So yeah, I'm sure I could go and rebuild that part of civilization. But like in Dr. Stone, what the issue was with like the first like entire season was about the world's strongest primate high schooler who could literally beat up anyone in the world. Didn't want science to create, weapons, because eventually it would. And it did. So he ends up killing the main character. Like, because no matter what, he knows he's going to pursue science. And eventually there will be weapons and war. So he kills him. It's crazy. That show is nuts. I highly recommend Dr. Stone. And Netflix just picked it up, so they're going to milk the shit out of it because there's already like 6 seasons. So, and they're even doing parts. So they're going to turn it into fucking Attack on Titan, which is a shit show, by the way. I'm going to attempt it again the next time I'm like really, really, really fucking high. I don't know when that's going to be because that hasn't happened in a long time. But yeah, I'll give it another shot. But otherwise, it fucking sucks. And Naruto is for children. I watched My Hero all the way. It sucked a lot. It made no fucking sense most of the time. But the main character, who reminds me of Itadori from, an actual real adult anime, was pretty good. But, literally, the episodes are 23 minutes long, and the first 10 minutes are the last 10 minutes of the last episode. And then there's the recap, which is the other 10 minutes or 13 minutes. So technically you only get 10 minutes an episode on My Hero. And that show isn't even over yet. I thought it was done. That's why I actually because fucking weirdos kept saying to me you ain't cool unless you pee your pants. Or in this situation, watch My Hero Academia. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, the main character reminds me of Itadori, which is, what is he? He's Deku or Deko or or Nasa, what, I don't know. I forgot. This show sucks so bad. All Might is like the only real cool part of the whole fucking show. And then literally it's just like a rehash of how great he used to be. And then they literally recap you on everything. And yeah, if Naruto does that, on top of it being for children, like all the humor, all the writing is for someone without a brain cell. Seriously, I don't know. I'm gonna try watching maybe like the most recent ones to see if it got adult at all. But that show sucks. I watched like the whole first season and I wanted to blow my brains out. And it took me like 3 days to watch like 10 or so episodes or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's like the show doesn't really have seasons. It just goes on for fucking forever. All right. This is Bodybuilding by Holobic. Hope you all enjoyed my shit talking of the day. And I will see you next time. Yeah. Sandbagging son of a bitch. I don't like ending like that. Let's keep it PG. So let's do that over again. Okay. So. Oh, and also I noticed now that I've been watching Log Horizon, which is actually a pretty fucking cool show, is the whole ching. They just always do that, and then it's like their eyeglasses go white, and then it's just like they're like dead serious, and it's like, and then everyone that doesn't have glasses does fake glasses. Like they go like without, they're like, and they're like, oh, did you just do fake glasses? It's hilarious because it's just like now it's a thing, and it's actually making people that wear glasses look like they're like villainous and like evil. And like when I wear glasses, all I thought is that I just look like I should be in a library or teaching English. But once you're like, you're cool as shit. So this has been Bodybuilding by Holobic. I'll see you next time.